Well, good evening. We are excited to bring you a live broadcast from the studio, PJNET live studio. The construction is underway, in progress. We just started a video in a chat room. I'm actually launching this a little bit early. We've got another 3.5 minutes before that video will end, at which time we will be live and bring you up to date on some things coming down the pipe that we're just real excited about, and we hope that you are too. We'll see you in about 3 minutes. Well, I can't tell you how great it is to be right here, right now, with you. Gosh, we have been working all day in the PJNET studio. My carpenter friend and brother in Christ, he is an excellent handyman and craftsman of carpentry, and a lot of the stuff you won't be able to see yet. But you will notice that behind me is not the clutter that you usually see when we do these things, but instead you see sheetrock. Now, it's been mudded in, and tomorrow it will be sanded down and it will be primed. Now, he is not going to actually paint it, but it will be painted with the ugly green screen chroma key paint, of which I have 1 gallon. Which is hopefully, I'm glad that's enough because it was $80. It's actually not paint. It's a green liquid. Paint starts out white and pigment is added. And when you try to use a color match of paint, it winds up being splotchy and has hot spots and cold spots. And it's not, it just, believe it or not, it doesn't work. Or it doesn't work well. And so I don't know when we'll actually get that painted. Now, when we do live broadcast, we will not be able to use chroma key, green screen, virtual studio stuff and all that. Okay. The software that we're using is the free version of the software that makes this possible. But they have a version that does the chroma key, green screen, virtual sets, and all that kind of stuff. But it's like $1,000. I've been dreaming about that for about, I don't know, 3 years. But we're not going to do that in the near term. But the good news is when we do pre-recorded videos, we can use green screen. And so I'm real excited about that. So we're going to get things sanded down. We're also doing some other carpentry in the shed for my wife, because we've got to do things, it's got to be fair. And so I'm going to build behind me in the part you can't see below on the floor. I'm going to have a bench box with a lid so you can store stuff in the bench box, storage / whatever. And I'm going to make it wide enough that you can actually sleep on it too. So that's looking good. Now, you can't see it. I put a picture in the chat. But one of the reasons I was excited about and just knew that I needed Mike's help I don't have the tools, and nor do I. The reason I don't have the tools is I'm not good at it. To build a desk, and all these monitors are quite well, they use up a lot of real estate. So you can see in the chat that I have my 2 monitors for which I use here, but I've also got a third monitor. It's in the center. It's directly in front of the keyboard, but it's, those desks that have like a glass top and you can look through it and there's a monitor down there? Well, that's kind of the inspiration that we used. I've got a large monitor, but I've kind of what I call submerged it. About half of it is above the surface of the table. We cut a big hole in the center of the desk unit. And built a little shelf down below, so half of it is actually below the surface, below the keyboard. But I can look down right now, and I can see all of it. And hopefully it's at an angle that won't create glare. One of the problems we've had in the past is the screens. I wear these, ocular enhancement devices. And the screens would reflect off the glass. So I'm trying to get the right perspective and right angles and get the zoom. So, because if I zoom out a little bit, you'll see the corner back there, and so forth. Now, I've also got some breakthroughs on the equipment. I won't go into all that. We won't be getting that in the near term. We will probably get it this year. I bet we'll get it before football season starts or goes into full swing anyway. But that way we can do live broadcasts with a little bit more pizzazz. Okay, and we're going to be doing more and more of these. Now, I've just talked to Chuck Nellis's team. They actually want to hear from me tonight, so I may have to kind of exit visiting with you all tonight to help them get started on their own setup, because it's Chuck Nellis's producer, Dershey, is available tonight, and there's just a lot of software and a lot of setup that we have to go through to get that. So he's available tonight, so I may call him. We'll be bringing more and more. Now, I also spoke today with Roger, and he's got some thoughts on the short list for Supreme Court, and one of them has really is kind of the apple of his eye. Now, he could not call in tonight, but he said this week he would call in. He has done quite a bit of research on one of the names on the short list, and he's very enthused and excited about it. So I can't tell you how happy. This has been quite a journey, and things take longer than you hope that they would. But as you can tell, we are making progress, because that back behind me 24 hours ago didn't look anything like that. And it's kind of funny because you're dealing with sheetrock, and we have to. This is Monticello. There's no place to buy sheetrock in Monticello, really. So we had to drive about 20-something miles to a Lowe's. So we pick up these 2 huge, 12-foot sections of sheetrock, and as soon as we loaded in the truck, it starts raining. And so I thought, oh man, what a way to get started. But I'm very pleased. So we got it hung up and we got it mudded in, sanded tomorrow, primed tomorrow, painted, well, sometime. In the meantime, I think I'm going to try to find some kind of curtain or backdrop that we can use so you won't be looking at some ugly green, background when we do this. So things are looking real good. The air conditioning feels great. It's been hot outside, but it's been very, very comfortable inside, which is really great that I can have Mike work in a comfortable environment. So looking forward to doing some things. Chuck Nell is coming online this month from all that I can tell, and he'll be doing his own show, and maybe we'll find some more people to pile on and offer their words of wisdom. I'm very pleased with my desk. It's basically 2x4s and plywood, but he has sanded off the edges. They're nice and round. No splinters, nice round, but boy, there's dust everywhere. I mean, just dust all over the place. So just wanted to kind of take it for a little test drive, see how it went tonight. Good to see everybody here tonight, and I'm just looking forward to some great things that lie ahead for PJNET, and I'm glad to be a part of it, and I'm glad that you're a part of it with the team. So we'll come back later on this week and have some more stuff then.